There. I hope this is running. I hope you can hear me. I'll just make sure I'm talking loudly. I don't know. Hi! It's dead. Dead Linux, Dead Poetics, whatever you want to call me. I probably owe you an explanation for why I've been off lines for so long. You're not going to get one. Mostly it's just been like various personal issues that finally came to a head, and I had to change and do something different to kind of get those issues resolved, mitigated, whatever you want to call it, just to kind of handle it. So I'm not necessarily better, but I'm in a better spot now than I was 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, something like that, whenever I had taken the hiatus. And during this time, I've just been trying to take it easy. I've actually been focusing on work probably too much. Or not, I don't know. It's constantly on my mind, so that's something I need to get help about on my side. Just some, I don't know, additional ways of coping better. You know what I mean. Everybody's gone through it. But that said, it doesn't mean I'm done with streaming or anything like that. It's just simply a break, and I've been missing it. It's out of my pattern, and if I don't have a schedule, I feel weird. And with the holidays are all about schedules being screwed up, so, right? And so that's kind of where the beginning of Thanksgiving is. And Thanksgiving is usually always the hardest week because that always seems to be the busiest. I always seem to like start really failing, and if I fail at my job, at work, it affects everything, and that's the problem. And I need to find ways out of that, and it's something I've fought all my life. And it's probably something I've fought with ever since Mom died in 2003. And just always attaching something else that I can do to be worthwhile. I mean, we could psychoanalyze this for years if you like, but I'll deal with that my own. Because that's, neither here nor there. Focusing on the present's more important. And what I want to do now is I want to try to get back onto the schedule. We're probably not going to be able to do it until January or February. Because I'll be leaving on a trip right before Christmas. I'll be out of the office and taking vacation as of the 23rd. And I won't be back really in town until right after Christmas or around there. And then I won't be back at work until the 2nd. So we may see some streams there, but it's going to be catch as catch can. So I'm just going to warn you now. For those of you who are part of the Discord, then there you go. You'll see the announcements there, or you can ping me through there, or ping me on Twitter or wherever. Twitter, I'll put out announcements and try and keep up with everybody that way, because I do want to get back into it, because I've got the whole setup here. We've got everything ready to go. It just, I fell off the schedule and just couldn't get myself back together. But anyway, so otherwise, things have been okay. Spending time with the family, working out, trying to eat healthy, trying to get some sleep during this longer weekend because I've had the days off here. But I'm really dreading, I have 2 12-hour shifts coming up on. I'm doing it to myself, yes. But I have 2 extended shifts on Monday and Tuesday, which basically means I'll need to be working until 8. So basically 8 to 8. Not necessarily hard work through the morning. I mean, it's whatever, it's not just a completely unfair situation, but then I'm comping the Friday, or I'm hoping to, so I won't be killing myself during the week. But it's really worrying me because it's been a very long time since I've had to do that kind of stuff, and just don't want to get behind. But again, it's all just mental anxiety and assumptions and suppositions and thinking, of the worst case scenario. And I got to stop that. So all this is all part of kind of what the last 2 weeks have been about. But that's okay. So what I have been focusing on in the meantime is playing video games. I've actually been playing a lot of Death Stranding. That's been very therapeutic. Finishing up a lot of those loose ends in the game and enjoying it in kind of silence, essentially. Enjoying the soundtrack. And just really kind of, I want to see what comes out of Kojima Studios next. Because it's just, I can't even imagine. So we'll see. But it's just been a very exploratory sort of thing, and there's a lot of stuff even after the game that you unlock still, story-wise, and it's interesting that like an epilogue for each of the characters, and it's a meaningful thing, and ending the game really did have an impact, and that's one of the reasons why I'm not a big movie buff, because movies, I almost need like another week afterwards to deal with a movie if it's heavy. I usually stick to just light, fluffy stuff or anime. But even anime, I haven't watched anything. Part of that's because Crunchyroll changed their interface, and I still can't get around it as easily as I used to before, and that's really slowing me down. But part of it, too, is just trying to getting away from social media, getting away from being connected to the computer constantly, getting away from the constant pings and needing to be on all the time. And I don't mean that in terms of like you as an audience, because you guys and I have been together for years now, but just the rest of the flow of things changing and algorithms that are updating in order to get more ad revenue, and having to keep yourself current in order to stay ahead of the trends and all that shit. It's all bullshit, and it can be overwhelming for anybody. And being of the generation I am, I saw it all coming. I mean, it's my generation is part of the problem with it. Not that I'm part of that baby boomer generation. I'm at the tail end of Gen X. I'm essentially almost a millennial. 79 is when I was born. And it's disheartening to see that. And knowing that people of my generation do not hold to some of the ideals that I grew up understanding of, selflessness and thinking of others and community and caring and kindness as being important. Our technologies do not reflect those things. They don't. They're insidious, and I don't like that. But when you're trying to keep content out to communicate with people in that space, you have to deal and buffer with the tides. It's a lot. But that's why, coming back into it, I hope to get a stream or two next week. We'll see. If I'm really good, we may even have one tomorrow. And today is Saturday. Tomorrow will be Sunday. We'll see. If anything, maybe just short, like a half hour, 45 minutes, hour. I don't know. Just to test the setup, too, because I did change it around again. And I want to see if it'll work. And we'll see. Also, I know my gaming PC is aging. Now, the stream PC can age. It's running Ubuntu. It doesn't matter. It's got a 4th generation i7 in it. It's fine for what it is. But the gaming machine will run, and has sort of been running into, I think some of the issues I've been having with Death Stranding aren't an issue with anything gaming on Linux related. I think I'm running into the limits of the hardware. And I didn't used to have that problem. And I think I'm going to have to start looking for upgrading the machine. So that's a significant chunk of change. Or we just target different things. I've dealt with old machines all my life. This is probably the newest machine I've ever had to deal with. So we'll work it out. I'll figure it out. And I've built machines before. I can just piecemeal it together too. So if I need help, I'll let you guys know. But that's kind of been the story. But what I'm coming back into the next year is we're going to be coming into sort of old territory and new territory. So, and I've told everybody this already just to prep everybody, is we'll be coming back into bringing Skyrim into the rotation. I don't think it's quite ready yet, but I don't care. I know what the character is. I know what I want to do with him. And I think it's at the point there where I'm comfortable enough with where he's at that it won't be, swayed by how chat feels on a certain day. And it's one of those things where, as those of you know, me playing Skyrim is a little bit different. I mean, I'm more of a modded Skyrim player, so the game changes a lot. And I'm not playing the 10th Anniversary Edition. I did not buy it because it's not going to be compatible with what I'm doing right now. It'll ruin everything. So I'm going to keep going with the story I've got. I have no idea how far I want to go with it, but there's a bunch of quest mods that I need to finish. And, or at least start. Some of them I haven't even looked at. Like Cowl of Nocturnal. Never got any further in it. Gotta look at that one. Wheels of Lull. Never looked at that one. Those are old ones. What's the big, huge one? I don't think we'll do that one again. Not Farscape. It was, not Enderal. Enderal's we'll come back to eventually, probably in the summer. No, it was the big mod that came out first, probably won't go back to that one. I know Worm's Tooth is out there. I don't want to touch it yet, because when the author pulled it and it came back out, I don't know what the story is there, so I'd need to read up to do that. I'm not going to worry about it. I've got plenty of other things. And Inigo. I want to get back into playing with Inigo. Inigo is an extremely complicated mod, and it's a lot of fun, and it changes the whole experience. And that's the other thing, too, is I want to introduce Inigo to you guys again. Because if you haven't seen Inigo, if you're not familiar with him, the guy who creates it, Smart Blue Cat, is amazing and wonderful and heart-wrenching stuff he makes. And he's also a great musician and a great writer and all sorts of other things. But it is a fulfilling mod to play with. Be doing that. And then on Sundays, I know we've been playing Shadowgate, but I want to rotate in Hand of Fate 2 as an option. So that's the other thing I want to have. So I have an idea of what we're going to be doing into Christmas for what we can do, and then into the next year. Final Fantasy X still stays on there. I'm really kind of nervous about the Blitzball game, but we'll get in. And that's been fun. And that's been fun with the lightly fried back seating that I've been allowing. It's fine. Who cares? It's Final Fantasy. So we'll keep playing that, and hopefully there may be a point in time where I may need to start taking it offline so I can get ahead of it, because I know it's huge. But we'll see. So that's my plan. That's where I'm at. That's where things are at. I also am debating recording the workouts that I do per week, or at least one of them, to see you can see what I do. I don't know if you'd want to see that. If you'd want me to stream it, it probably wouldn't be a whole lot of chatting. It'd probably be just me doing what I do. And it's a mess down here, too. I'd have to clean. I don't know if that's something you'd even want to see or care about, or maybe I'll just post clips of it on Instagram like everybody else, just to keep myself out there. I don't know. Who would care, right? Who wants to see a 41-year-old, 42-year-old? I don't even know how old I am. 42 years old? Turning 43 next month? Next month. January. Working out? I don't know. But that's the future. And getting through the holidays is the first part. And getting into 2022. Which really, who knows where we'll be. It's the first year we've been without Ruby. So that's tough, because she passed away at the beginning of this year. So we'll be going through Christmas without our puppy. Katie's still around. Obviously everybody else in our family is in fairly decent health and spirits. So we've got a lot to be thankful for, because it's the weekend for that. And I've got all you guys, and I hope you're all well. I know a lot of you goes through a lot of shit, and I'm sorry. And I wish there was, if I were king or queen or both, the things I would change. I wish I could. And for those of you who are still just knocking the socks off the world, well done. I'm really, really happy to have met all of you. You'll get another update like this too. I'll make it really sappy too, so you really like it. But anyway, we'll cut this short. We're about the 13-minute mark. I don't think anybody wants to see more than 15 minutes worth. But again, I hope you all are doing well. I hope you have a good holiday season coming through. We'll be in touch. I'll be on Twitch. We'll have a good time. I don't know how often. But watch for the updates. It may be very, very last minute. So if you do see it and want to pop in and say hi and pop out again, I appreciate that more than anything else. And I'm getting myself away from caring about view counts or followers or anything like that. I'd love to have a follower count of 1,000. That'd be great. I'd love to get there, but I'd have to really push and do things I don't feel like doing. And I'd have to change the way I think about it and become more of a marketer and promoter. I don't know if I feel like I'm that kind of person. So we'll just keep rolling with what we do and keep it that way. So thanks for listening. If you do like what you see, if you haven't done so already, if you do follow me more on YouTube than you do on Twitch, consider giving me a follow on Twitch. Let's see if I can ever get that number. I don't really care. I do have one more Skyrim episode from the beginning of the character creation. Not creation, but of the beginning of the playthrough that I can post. I don't want to play anymore because the last time I was playing Skyrim, I played for like 10 hours and then stopped. I need to put Christmas lights up because I'm doing Christmas stuff early. I don't know why. And yeah, it's not even December yet. I don't care anymore. I just want to make sure there's lights up because I don't want to have a period of time where there's not. And we will see what the future holds. But thank you so much for coming along. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. We'll see you all next time.